Okay, hello guys, and welcome back to another video on PHP. And in this video, we'll continue to talk about exceptions and how to build custom exceptions. Okay, so first of all, I want you guys to type num equals to nothing for now. Sorry, not num. Let's call this name. And a second variable, which is going to be email. And let's leave that in blank. Okay. And now down here, we are going to create two extended classes of exception class. Okay. And to do that, you already know how to extend classes for the mother class. So the mother class now is exception, okay, or the parent class. So I'm going to call the first extended class is going to be named name exception. Extends exception. Okay, and curly braces. Now the second class is going to be called email exception. Extends exception. Okay, and curly braces. Now let's go down here and let's use the method that we used in the last video, which is, you already know how to use this, the try catch. Okay, so first let's type try, open curly braces, close curly braces, and inside try I'm going to create an if statement saying if parenthesis, and here I'm going to type if name is equal to nothing. Let's do this code. Else if email is equal to nothing, do this in here. So, and let's type else do something else. Okay, so as you see, I've built an if statement with an else if statement, okay, for the two different cases. For the case in the name, for the case that doesn't have anything in it, and for the case that, for example, imagine that these are variables passed in a form. So if we don't have anything in the form and in the name field, or if we don't have anything in the email in the name field, okay, and then we create a class for the name exception and a class for the email exception. Okay, so now here I'm going to type if name is equal to Here I'm going to type throw new, and now the name of the class name exception, which is name exception parenthesis, and inside the parenthesis whatever message we want to output. Okay, so let's say you have to type a name. Okay, and else if, let's say throw new email, okay, because this is going to be the handle to handle the email error or exception. Email exception parenthesis, and inside here let's say the same thing, but for the email you have to type valid email, something like that. Okay, so let's save this and here else let's type echo. Let's type valid values or something, or values sent, something like that. Okay, so down here, as I told you in the last video, now to throw either this one exception or this one exception, you know that we have to use the catch system here. So the catch is the one that will catch the errors or the exceptions to throw them up for each different case. Okay, so in the first case we have catch, and we normally typed exception, right? But now we have to extend it classes different. So we have name exception and email exception. So we have to build for each different class, we have to build a different catch. Okay, so for the first one, name exception. Okay, so in here we type name exception, and let's type here and for name. Okay, and what we do here is echo, and let's say echo error concatenate and call the get message. Okay, what this will do, you already know that we did in the last video. What this will do is call the exception, this one here. Okay, so we are creating a catch for each different case. Okay, so now let's create the second catch, and the second catch is email exception, right? And let's call this, let's put this in the variable e for email. Okay, now inside let's echo, and in here error and e and call get message. Okay, so that's basically it. So we have now two different custom messages. Okay, to catch the throwed exceptions, these two different throw exceptions. So let's see if that works, and for each different case. Okay, so let's open this in the browser. In here I have to type exception.php, enter, and let's see what is the message. Okay, we have error, you have to type a name. Okay, so this is the first message that appears because the code is running name. It sees that the name doesn't have any value, so it tries to run this, and the first throw new exception is the one that is called. Okay, this one here. So what if we typed something here? Let's say Victor. Okay, so now name has a value, but email doesn't have any value at all. So let's see what happens. Refresh, and what will happen? You have to type a valid email. Okay, so as you can see, this is a very cool way to organize your code, for example, to test or to see if the form's values are okay. Okay, in a form, in your form web page. Okay, for the users. So if we type here an email, let's say blah blah blah, whatever. Supposedly now we will have this message here, echo value sent. So let's see and there it is. Okay, guys, so this is a very cool way to organize your code. I can still do, for example, let's try to make two. Okay, let's try to output two exceptions at a time, at the same time. Okay, let's see if that works. I didn't try that before, but let's try that. So if name is equal to nothing, and email is equal to nothing as well, throw new exception. You have to type a name and let's see here. Let's copy this here, paste here. Let's take this else if out. Now let's see the result of that if they don't have nothing. So let's take this out and out. Let's refresh. And you have type a name. No. To do that, we would have to call it here. Exception. Yeah, okay, forget about it. Forget about that. Let's return back and leave this as it was before. Okay, so that's it. Okay, so what I'm going to show you now how to do is how to create custom messages, okay, in here, inside the different classes here, the extended classes. So the first thing you have to do, let's create first for class name exception, okay. The first thing you have to do is create a function, okay, and I'm going to create a public function here. So public function, and here show error, parenthesis, and open curly braces and close curly braces. Okay, so in here we will type return single quotes, and now let's type error on line, and let's concatenate this get line, concatenate again, single quotes, in, space in, and then space again, concatenate again, and this get file. Okay, what this means is return the message error on line, and then a little space, and this is the line, okay, the line that we can call or get through this built-in function in the parent class, which is exception, okay. So this and this functions belong to the class exception, which is the parent exception of name exception, okay. So you know, obviously, that we learned this at the beginning of OOP, that to call a function which is in the parent class, okay, we type this and then we type the function, okay. This function will be directly called from the parent class, okay, exception. So this is, as the name says, get line. It will get the line of the line that we want, in this case where the error is, okay. And also then we type this get file, okay, which is the get file gets the file that we are currently using, okay, or running. So let's save this. Okay, now let's go to the class email exception and do pretty much the same thing. We have to create a public function, show email error. I'm gonna change this function name, show name error, okay, show email error, okay. So in here, open curly braces, and let's return error on line, and let's copy this, copy paste. Okay, let's save this. And now down here, what we have to change is, let's take this out. And what we have to do here is, let's take these messages out, because we have new defined messages here, our custom messages. And okay, let's save this. Let's go down here, and now here, instead of get message, we have to type the name of the function, okay, which is show name error and show email error. So here, let's type show name error, and in here, oops, show email error. Okay, and I think that's pretty much it. Let's see if it works. So let's delete the values of the variables name and email. Let's refresh, and the first error, there it is. We have error here. Why is that? Where is it? Error. Oh, okay. So let's take this out. Okay, save this, refresh, and perfect. Error on line 24 and blah blah blah. Okay. If we type something here, now the error is going to be for the email. Okay. So there it is. Error on line 26. Line 26, where the exception is sent in the file, blah blah blah, the path. Okay, so you see, that's pretty much it, how we can custom error messages, okay, to our users. Okay, so that's pretty much it, and see you guys in the next video. Bye.